the next speaker, Sunita Bhagat from University of Delhi, India. Can I invite you to
Hello,
give you?
good evening from India. I think
Hello.
it's afternoon in Paris, it's evening in India. So
Yeah.
good to connect with you all. I think I've been, you have been seeing me right from the morning, and it's very, a pleasure for me to connect with you all on this platform. So now it's a great opportunity. So let me start sharing my screen.
Okay.
I'm Sunita Bhagat, and just a second. Why it's not going in? Is it fine? I hope you can view my slide.
Yeah, I can view. But like, can you click on
Thank
the slideshow?
Exit from this slideshow.
Yeah, because like enlarge the slide. That's it.
Okay. Let me go to next slide. I think it will be clear to all of you. So I'm Sunita Bhagat from University of Delhi. My research lab is Organic Synthesis Research Laboratory, and we have been working in the area of. Is it fine? I hope you can view.
Yeah, we can hear well.
Okay. So we are working in the area of design and synthesis of novel heterocyclic molecules of biological interest. We are also, involved in developing new fluorinating reagents and design of new fluorination strategies, synthesis of natural products of biological importance, synthesis of fluoroanalogs of natural products, assessment of potential of the synthesized compounds. So I'll be speaking on development of synthesis of some of the new molecules which are reported in the literature and which have got the biological activity. From that point of view, we have selected some molecules and designed their synthesis. So the different strategies for the development of biologically active molecules, as we can think of, are the molecular modification, variation of substituents, extension of structure, chain extension, contraction, ring variation, simplification of structure, or rigidification of structure. So you can, it's very obvious that if we start with a molecule and try to incorporate different moieties in this, in that case, it is possible that the biological activities of the molecule changes.
I'm
And
sorry,
that is
but like the slide is already frozen.
okay. So I'm okay. Now it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea is to incorporate different biologically active moieties in a molecular framework in such a way that we can incorporate the biological activities of the different molecules, and that is how we started with this simple molecule pyrazole. Means we started with simple indole molecule and couple it with different biologically active molecules and synthesize this pyro compound. This is the earlier work. I just wanted to tell you the history of the work, what we are doing. Then not only the Spiro, some few systems we have also synthesized which have shown biological activity, and they are very interesting, promising from the pharmacological point of view. So while synthesizing these molecules, we came across certain natural products in the literature which have got the considerable activity, and we thought of synthesizing those molecules as they possess very good activity, but the limitation is that they can be obtained in a very small amount. So the extraction procedure is very difficult. It's elaborate procedure, and the amounts or the yields obtained after extractions are very small. So they cannot be used for the pharmaceutical purposes. So that is why we have thought of synthesizing those molecules which have got biological activity in such a way that it can be used for the industry and design their synthesis. So the uniqueness of many natural product core structures makes these compounds of interest for use as the starting points for semi-synthesis and the total synthesis. They are focused on the pharmacologically active indole and beta-carbonyl marine natural compounds, considering that they are the basic moieties and they show some promising activities such as anti-malarial, anti-tumor and anti-inflammatory activity. Specifically, we have been interested in marine natural products in view of because most of the drugs, they come from this marine nature only. Specifically, we are interested in beta-carbonyl alkaloids, which constitute a large group of natural and synthetic compounds which are widely distributed in nature, including various plants, foodstuff, etc. These compounds are of great interest because of their wide range of activities. These are some of the examples which show that what kind of they possess various anti-cancer activities. These are some of the beta-carbonyl based natural products which are of biological importance. You can see they possess anti-inflammatory, anti-convergent, ubiquitin inhibition and anxiolytic effect, etc. And the basic moiety of all these molecules, it is this beta-carbonyl moiety. So we became basically interested in this moiety to explore the synthesis. These are some of the naturally occurring anti-malarial beta-carbonyl compounds. So basic moiety in all these compounds, you can see, is the beta-carbonyl moiety. This is the beta-carbonyl moiety. This is the beta-carbonyl moiety. So all the molecules, so their activity, we consider it to be due to this moiety. So we have selected some of the target molecules, marine natural compounds, which are known in the literature, and their designed synthesis. As I already told you, that their extraction is elaborate and the yields obtained are in very small amount. So this is the strategic synthesis for target 1 molecules. We started with simple L-tryptophan, and using these different steps, we have been able to synthesize this molecule. This simple develops this is a non-enzymatic pathway, and in the second the literature report indicates that they can be synthesized, but we are using some enzymes, but we have developed this non-enzymatic pathway and synthesized analogs by amide coupling of this beta-carbonyl, that is this moiety, with various aliphatic and aromatic fluorinated amines. So we have been able, the innovation in this case is that highly rare biologically active products we can obtain in the pure form, synthesize analogs by esterification reactions. In this strategy, beta-carbonyl carboxamide was synthesized in good yields, which can be useful for different coupling reactions. So it's not necessary that this is the only molecule which can be synthesized, but this basic moiety can be explored in different directions also. The reactions are free from side products, and we obtain the compounds in good yield. So that may be investigated further for structure activity relationship. The amide linkage, which is formed between the carboxylic acid and an amine, is widespread in both natural and the synthetic agents. So more than 25% of the known drugs contain this functionality. So this amide linkage is in fact responsible for different types of activity that we consider. So further, while synthesizing these biologically active natural products, the idea is to incorporate fluorine in this in view of importance of fluorine on the biological activity. We can easily substitute hydrogen with fluorine because of these following factors: because of similarity of steric bulk of hydrogen to fluorine, high electronegativity of fluorine, which alters the electronic effects, and then ultimately it enhances the biological activity, increased oxidative and thermal stability, as the strength of carbon-fluorine bond is exceeds to that of the carbon-hydrogen bond. Because of this carbon-fluorine bond, it enhances the lipid solubility in membrane, and thereby it enhances the rate of absorption and transportation of drugs and vivo. The fluorine substitution, it can have a profound effect on drug disposition in terms of drug distribution, drug clearance, and extent of drug metabolism. Specifically, this difluoromethyl group is an important group which is used as a bioisoster to create derivatives by replacing a chloride or methyl group. Means we can easily, without any steric implications, we can substitute methyl group with difluoromethyl group. So that will give us the more biologically active molecule. This can be used to adjust the steric and electronic properties to lead a compound, or to protect a reactive methyl group from a metabolic oxidation. The different strategies which can be used to incorporate fluorine are either fluorination of the functional group, or it can be by the introduction of the fluorinated functional group, or it can be utilization of the fluorine containing building blocks. Means these different strategies can be there how to introduce fluorine in a molecule. These are some of the drugs which clearly evidence that how important this fluorine is. You might have heard about 5-fluorouracil, which is an important drug, anti-cancer drug. Uracil, otherwise it's a simple molecule, but the moment you introduce fluorine in it, it is the 5-fluorouracil, and it has the anti-cancer activity. So that's one basic example that is known that how fluorine is important. So considering this, we have introduced fluorine in the molecule and designed and synthesized this series of compounds where you can see we have introduced fluorine, difluoromolecule, trifluoromethyl group, again fluorine at different positions. So this trifluoromethyl group, true trifluoromethyl group. So the position of fluorine and position of trifluoromethyl group also plays an important role in determining the biological activity. So another target which we have synthesized, again simply we took the simple molecules using the alpha diketone and basic molecule and designed its synthesis, and we have been able to synthesize the desired target 2 compound in good yield. In this case, we have standardized the conditions, and the best conditions were when the reaction was carried out in water at room temperature, and the time was 16 hours, and the yield obtained was the 80%. So we have been able to get rid of the solvents which are harmful. So it is considered to be the green method. So this is another reaction where we have used this Pictet-Spengler reaction to synthesize the beta carbolin derivatives. Along with this beta carbolin, we have identified some indole-based natural products which have got anti-inflammatory activity as well as suppressive effect on the production of NO with IC50 value of 9.0. So these are obtained from this marine Ascidian Herdmonium monomers, and they have been identified as the potential molecules. So these indole alkaloids means where you have 3 position, you have the strong chain molecule. These a variety of marine sources including sponges, tunicates, red algae, etc. They have been shown to generate indole alkaloid which represent the largest number and most complicated of the marine alkaloid. The indole alkaloids are a class of marine natural products that show unique promise to the development of new drug leads. So this is one of the molecule, methyl This is isolated from this plant, and it was reported to inhibit. It was reported to have this MAO activity and is to displace the serotonin from the receptors. So considering this, the idea is to synthesize this molecule. The key points for the synthesis are that no external energy required, means all the reactions could be carried out at room temperature. It is free from the side products, giving the desired compounds in good yields, biologically active products in pure form, and the synthesis has a vast application in the natural product synthesis. So this is the simple synthesis which has been used by different. Indole 3 acetic acid has been used as a basic moiety. Reaction with para-hydroxybenzaldehyde giving the intermediate, and then this has been converted into corresponding acid. And this acid has been then coupled with D-arginine to give the desired compound. And in this case, under different conditions, we have been able to identify that which molecule we have obtained. Another target is this is a derivative from 6-bromo-5-methoxy indole 3 carboxylic acid, that is the Herdmanine-D. It is obtained from marine acidian Herdmania momus. It has been evaluated for the anti-inflammatory activity. The synthetic strategy, again, it's very simple. We have used this approach of using trifluoromethyl group as a building block, and this trifluoromethyl group then further directs the course of the reaction, and we have been able to introduce bromine at this particular position. Otherwise, this bromine is going at this position. So with this introduction of trifluoromethyl group, we have been able to synthesize this compound, and this has been used as a synthon for further acidification and coupling with amine. That is how the reaction is going on. So this is trifluoroacetylated induced bromination reaction, which we are particularly interested. The different analogues which have been synthesized in this particular case, you can see that all the molecules, most of the molecules, we have introduced fluorine to compare their biological activity. So after this, designing this synthesis, another idea for developing the natural product was that we have been using this jamun or blueberries for anti-diabetic activity. So, but the problem with this jamun or the blueberries is that the yields are very poor. It's a seasonal fruit, so it's obtained only one month in a year, and if it is given to diabetic patient, it's really difficult to manage because the shelf life of the fruit is very less. So we cannot store it for throughout the year. So the idea is that what kind of active component in this, and we have been able to identify that this is the alpha-hydroxysuccinamic acid which has been obtained. This is E-zambulana obtained from this molecule. This has been extracted in our lab and then identified this structure. So we thought that considering and its anti-diabetic activity, we have been able to develop its synthesis, starting with the simple molecule, aliphatic molecule. It's a multi-stage synthesis, but we have been able to do it in 7 steps. The yields were good, but the final stage, the yields were not, it's only 42%, but we have been able to derive or synthesize the various analogues to compare their structure activity relationship. We have studied their anti-diabetic potential against that also, and it has been found that their anti-diabetic activity is comparable to that of the natural product. So that is the data which we have obtained. So the conclusion is that synthetic route has been developed for various natural products. Their fluorinated analogues have been synthesized successfully. Reaction conditions for these methodologies are ambient in general, means we do not use any harsh conditions, and several in vitro biological studies of these compounds have been carried out and results are promising. They have further been evaluated for the computational method for validation of the results. So the message is that nature has given us so much that, but not only for food and the shelter, but we can use the medicinal properties of the nature, and we can, develop the synthesis of various medicinally important naturally occurring compounds. So I acknowledge Organizing Committee, WCOC, ARSG College, University of Delhi, Department of Chemistry, where my research lab is, funding agencies, SERB and ICMR. Now it's the ANRF, research scholars of my lab, that is the Organic Synthesis Research Lab, and again sincere thanks to the Organizing Committee. This is my small group, my research lab, where PhD students are working. It's a small lab in a college which has been developed, and we have been doing the great work. These are the fundings which I have obtained from different funding agencies, and trying to prove myself that we have been doing great work. And this work on anti-diabetic compound, we have obtained one patent also. And these are some of the books and book chapters which has been done by me, and these are some of my recent publications where all this work has been reported in different prestigious journals. Of course, my work has been recognized at different forums, and happy to share that received Excellence Award for Teachers from University of Delhi, Institute of Eminence. I have been awarded as Fellow of Institute of Eminence, Delhi School of Public Health, INSA Teacher Award from Tata Chemicals and Royal Society of Chemistry, and of course Coastal Chemical Research Society. So thank you so much for your patience hearing, and I'm open to.
Many thanks for your interesting talk.